Hello, everyone, and welcome to Arizona State Hockey YouTube's broadcast of the 2019 ACHA Division II Men's Ice Hockey as Arizona State welcomes in tonight the Boise State Broncos. I'm going to be taking you the rest of the way. My name is Brett Vaughn. Arizona State coming off a tough loss against University of Texas El Paso on Thursday night, and head coach Tyler Harkis believes they were beaten in all facets of the hockey game with their goaltending, their defense, as well as their forward group. And he's looking for them to be able to rebound and start off on a good note tonight against Boise State. There are a couple lineup changes that he mentioned, and he's really looking for his defensemen to be a lot harder on pucks, especially when it's chipped into their zone, in order to buy more time for their defensemen to make a better play and cut down on their turnovers. For Boise State, it's been a rough season so far for the Broncos. They've been dealing with a lot of injuries, according to their head coach, Lloyd Ayers, and he was saying that there's been some guys battling through some concussions, some shoulder injuries, but also too it's been able to give an opportunity for the younger guys in the lineup to be able to get a lot more minutes than they otherwise wouldn't have had, and he feels that they're starting to round the corner and be able to really galvanize as a team and get ready for the stretch run. Folks, we are going to have puck drop here in Oceanside Ice Arena in just under a few minutes, and we'll bring you live first period action as the Boise State Broncos and Arizona State Sun Devils hit the ice in Tempe, Arizona on Arizona State Hockey YouTube.
Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you all, please rise. Kindly remove your caps and enjoy the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome back to Arizona State Hockey YouTube's presentation of the 2019 ACHA Division II Men's Ice Hockey. And we'll get you started with tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by Just Dishin'. For the visiting Boise State Broncos, it'll be goaltender number 29, Kyler Ayers. Number 23, Griffin Ames. Number 25, Kyle Mayer. Number 12, Michael Carranza. Number 17, Eric Pinsky. And number 93, Justin Jones. For Arizona State, in between the pipes is number 30, Joshua George. On defense, number 3, Hunter Long. And number 9, Dawson Black. Number 8, William LaChapelle. Number 17, Jacob Dobrance. And number 25, forward Austin Lidster. And puck drops underway at Oceanside Ice Arena tonight. Sun Devils trying to recover off of a tough loss they faced against University of Texas El Paso on Thursday night. Hunter Long will dump the puck in. The goaltender Ayers for Boise State has some trouble behind his net. He's able to get some help from Ames. Ames gets his puck taken away by LaChapelle. But the Sun Devils turn it right back over. Boise State chips the puck in. Joshua George rims it hard around his net. Be able to absorb a check and chip it out. LaChapelle knocks the puck down, and Dawson Black is back in his own zone. LaChapelle can kick the puck up to his stick. Pinsky will take it away. Quick shot on, and George is able to redirect the rebound in the corner. Geely is able to find a tape-to-tape pass to Android. Android entering the offensive zone. A quick snapshot on. Ayers is able to block it away. Geely turns it over at the blue line. Jacob Lester is trying to touch up and get back onside, and he finally does. Dylan Broman over to Brandon Benson. Benson will get hit by Geely, and now Dylan Adams, the captain, will chip it in slowly on Ayers, and he sweeps it away. Adams on his backhand, cycles it back down low. Benson's able to collect it for Boise State. Trying to chip it off the glass. He's unable to get it to his winger. And Arizona State keeps the puck in. Puck still alive. Being thrown down to the ice with Benson, and he'll go for a change. As we are just past 2 minutes in this first period, and it's 0-0. Boise State on a turnover right in front, and George makes a stop, still loose in front, and it somehow stays out. Another shot on, and George makes a stop. Cam Ward's able to take the puck away. Now head manning the puck. Up is Max Elizadeh. Elizadeh couldn't get the shot on, and the puck will be dumped out in the neutral zone. Jacob Paget loses the puck in the neutral zone. It'll now find Caleb Stinson, and Stinson's snapshot is able to be swallowed up by George. That one by Arizona State. Unable to get it out of their own zone. Alexander Altman down on the left side in the corner. Couldn't chip it out. At the points. Oh, and a dangerous opportunity. There was a quick point shot, and there was a redirection from Boise State's number 49, Mason Hewitt, and it went right off the crossbar. Our first dangerous opportunity of the hockey game goes Boise State's way. Puck slowly rolls over to George, and we'll have another face-off again. Boise State switches up their lines. Draw one by Sagar Larson in Arizona State. Puck ends up being kept in by Griffin Adams, but it gets taken away. Going the other way. Arizona State. Sagar Larson gets it right back, and oh, man, he whistles a wide open 4x6. Jacob Paget has to be kicking himself as he almost had a 1-0 Arizona State lead. Pinsky sees the defenseman Kaiser coming, and he's unable to dump it in the first time. Altman, D-to-D pass back to Kaiser. Kaiser, a tight turnaround. Pinsky, he slows it down, walking it out of his own zone. Donovan Myers trying to give it right back to Kaiser, and the entrant onside. Kaiser on his forehand. Ends up being shoveled down behind the net, and Boise State clears. Pinsky trying to handle a pass, and he'll chip it up in the air and get it right back. Benson, quick snapshot on, short angle shot, and then he misses the net. Jacob Dobrins, he's able to play it over to Dawson Black. Hunter Long, just out of the reach for Austin Lidster, but he's the first man to the puck, and he negates the icing. Lidster hits the brakes. Cross-ice pass, too hard for Hunter Long to handle, and the puck will come out of the offensive zone. Dobrins ends up losing the puck in the neutral zone. It's being battled for. Chipping that puck in was Jackson Kennedy. Dobrins, he was unable to get good wood on it. Arizona State's going to have to try and break the puck out once more. Lidster, he's able to give it to Dobrins. Dobrins ends up taking a hard check on the right side of the boards. And the linesman will whistle it down for an offsides. These are the only two games for Boise State this weekend. Saturday night game and an early Sunday morning affair tomorrow. In their own zone. Travis Alexander has some trouble with the puck. Jacob Lester for Arizona State in the offensive zone. Gets some help from Android, centers it in front, but no Sun Devils players were there, and Dylan Adams has to get the puck in the neutral zone. Adams skates it in. Quick snapshot on, saved by Ayers, but he wasn't able to control the rebound. Geely, quick snapshot on, and Geely just misses to the right of the net. Boise State up against a little pressure here. They try to change a few fresh guys on the ice. Lester, a button hook. Up to the point. Ward, a quick snapshot on, and that hits one of the Boise State Broncos. Chip from Kendall Olson gets the puck out. Dylan Adams getting some pressure from Dakota Benninger, and he stops behind his net. Miscommunication with Carcerano and Adams. Adam tries once more, and he's able to find Lester. Lester hits Michael Wiggins in stride on the left side. Wiggins cutting through the middle, and the backhand shot stopped by Ayers. Elizade, wrist shot on, another save by Ayers. Elizade trying to keep the puck in, and he can't. Wiggins plays it back to Altman, over to Kaiser. Kaiser, soft area chip. Wiggins trying to get a handle of it, still loose. Kaiser trying to get around his forechecker, he can't. Puck still glued to the boards. Boise State unable to clear. And finally, Michael Carranza is able to get it out. 12:52 remaining in this first period, and it's 0-0. Pinsky on his forehand. Ends up getting his pass blocked, and the Boise State Broncos have to touch up. Kaiser, they'll throw it back in, back out, relieving the pressure. Boise State's able to touch up. Griffin Ames takes it right to the middle. Puck still loose, no whistle yet. And Arizona State finally gets one as George is able to snowman the puck. It's been a pretty good start for Arizona State. They did get the first goal, although they ended up losing on Thursday night against UTEP. And they had a few close chances already. Altman's able to take the puck away from Pinsky, but he fans on the clear. Sagar Larson rimming it around the other side. Kept in by Sven Morans. Boise State picks it up and they regroup in. Pinsky trying to center that one, and his pass is blocked by Kaiser. Kaiser's able to beat out Pinsky, and he's able to skate it out of his own zone. Kaiser dropping it for Sagar Larson. Getting it right back to Kaiser, and it was a beautiful play. It ended up being Jacob Padgett able to get that last pass, but Kaiser was unable to make a goal. DDD play, Arizona State trying to catch Boise State out on a change. Snapshot on from Lidster, saved by Ayers. Arizona State playing with a little more purpose early in this first period. Draw one by the Broncos. Hard check, ended up being dished out by Lidster. He's trying to get his stick back. Dobrands cycling it down with Billingsley. Billingsley couldn't get the puck off the kick plate of the boards. Boise State having some trouble trying to negotiate this forward check of Arizona State. Dobrands fans on the first shot. He passes it over to Black on the right side. Black trying to side up his shot, and he's able to get it through, but misses the net. Billingsley is able to find Lester off the bench, but he was unable to get a shot through. Cross-ice pass for Black. Ended up being blocked away by the defenseman, Alex Broman. Benson trying to flip it out, and he's just able to get it out, but it'll find the stick of one of his teammates, Dylan Broman. Broman by himself as the rest of his Boise State teammates go for a wholesale change. Long. Hard rim for Android. He's able to find Lester in stride, cutting through the middle. Lester, quick snapshot on, ends up being deflected up and out of play by Broman. Talking with assistant coach Tyler Harkis, he thought that Arizona State played their worst game of the season on Thursday against UTEP, as they were beaten in all facets of the game, he felt. Ward snapshot misses the net high. Lester's able to keep the puck in the offensive zone. Lester trying to get it out. Geely thought he had Lester, but ends up being taken away by Boise State and cleared out into center ice. Under 10 minutes remain in this first period. It's still 0-0. Geely is able to get the puck from Lester, trying to slow it down. Geely, as he was looking for the intended stick of Wiggins, but they couldn't connect. Boise State flips it out into the neutral zone, and they'll go for another change. Arizona State will also elect to do one as well. Wiggins feels the pressure, able to get around Benninger, and he's trying to get his own puck down low in the offensive zone. Wiggins, he's able to protect the puck around Marnaz. Now at the point, Altman with a quick snapshot. The redirection from Carcerano ends up not being able to make its way to the net. Kaiser able to get around two Boise State players, and he skates it up again. Kaiser, snapshot on. Ended up being answered by Ayers, still loose. Carcerano at the point to Wiggins on the snapshot, saved by Ayers, and another rebound saved by Ayers. Couple of saves there by Ayers on the rebound chances, keeping this game at 0-0. Marnaz trying to slow it down, but it's been a ferocious Arizona State forecheck, keeping him down low in his own zone. Able to get some help from Garrett Fitzgerald, but Arizona State will come back in with the puck. Kaiser going around another few Boise State Broncos, but he couldn't get his shot through. Trying to chip it in stride was Justin Jones, but Kaiser's been all over the ice tonight as a shot from Jones and ends up being saved easily by George. He's been buzzing. Donovan Myers able to get the puck in the offensive zone. He'll now find the stick of Riley Cunha. Cunha chips it back down low. Jones behind the back pass, but Dawson Black takes the puck away and chips it out into center ice. Sagar Larson just chips it out of his own zone. Boise State trying to control it, and they will. The captain, Brandon Benson. Benson trying to slow it down, looking for someone to pass to, and he'll just elect to cycle it back down. Black over to Myers. Myers with his head up in front of Hunter Long, but he's able to get it. Another indirect pass, is able to find Padgett, and Arizona State goes for a change. Benson having some trouble trying to get the puck out of his own end. Griffin Ames ends up having to absorb a check from Lidster, and a few checks being absorbed by the Boise State Broncos, but they get the puck out. Kyle Meyer ended up trying to have a pass for Matthew Johnson, but it goes too far in front of his teammate, and it goes for an icing. Boise State coming in with a 9-8-1 record. Have not had luck in the injury department as they've been having to battle a lot of adversity this season. Lester to Android. Android shot's blocked, but it still makes its way to the net. Still loose in front. Geely's backhand shot blockered by Ayers. Benson able to find his teammate. Cam Ward comes in. Ward with the snapshot on. Misses the net. Rebound still around. Ward able to get it off the wall, but he's unable to deke Ames, and Boise State can get it out of their own zone. 6:20 remaining this first period. No goals so far. Ward's able to just get the puck out, but ends up going for an icing. He had a little trouble trying to handle that puck. Now the referees go over to the Arizona State bench and try to make sure the players didn't make a change on that icing. Draw one by Carcerano. Puck takes a Boise State hop, and it's blocked by Carcerano. Adams trying to find Lester on the right side. He does. Lester is trying to have a drop pass for Carcerano, but as that play was developing, we have a penalty. Looks to be Dylan Adams for Arizona State was able to draw the penalty with his hard work going hard to the net. Part of me looks like it's not a penalty. They're deeming that Boise State intentionally knocked the net off its moorings, and so the faceoff will be in Boise State's own zone. So no penalty, and we'll still have 5-on-5 play. Puck ends up being redirected up into the ceiling. And we'll have another face-off. Carcerano trying to deke his way through, and the shot from Lizade gets blocked and over the net. Lizade at the point. Altman gives it right back. Lizade just lets it go. Down low in the corner. Wiggins unable to dislodge the puck. Boise State's able to chip it out, but only to the neutral zone. Kaiser, hard slap shot in. Elizade is the first one to get it. He gives it over to Wiggins. Wiggins gets the puck taken away. Altman stepping up in the play, but the puck will squirt down to the neutral zone. Hustling forward is Carcerano and Moeller. Moeller's able to get it. But ends up being a nice defensive play by Altman on the recovery, able to get the puck away from Olsen. They meet each other in the corner again. Under 5 minutes remaining in this first period. A short angle shot. George able to make the stop. Puck almost kept in by Rally Kana, but he has to elect to regroup. Mason Hewitt trying to get his shot through, ends up getting blocked by his own man Olsen. Kana throws it back down deep. Carcerano to Donovan Myers, and Myers is able to chip it off the high glass and in. Myers trying to get the turnover. He's unable to. Falls into the boards a little bit awkwardly, and is able to get up. Hunter Long is able to deke around the forward checker, but as he's going to the ice, he passes it over to Dawson Black. Black's unable to connect with Billingsley, and Arizona State's going to try and regroup again. Long cross-ice pass to Sagar Larson on the right side. Larson trying to center that puck in front, intended for Lidster, but he had his stick held. Black pinches in. Snapshot on. Ayers is able to do just enough to make the glove stop. Ward down low. At the point. Black getting the puck off the boards. He gets a shot blocked. Pinsky for the Broncos. Trying to play that into the middle to his teammate Jones, but he gets it poked away off of his stick. Griffin Ames skating the puck in, the defenseman. Protecting the puck, wheels around, centers that in front. It was a nice defensive play by Dobrand's, able to lift the stick of the Boise State player right in front and negate the chance. Icing waved off for Arizona State. Dobrand gets it, and his snapshot ends up being deflected and wide of the net. Dobrand with the puck. He tries to chip it to himself. Kaiser trying to seal off the boards, but Boise State can break it out. Dylan Broman. Broman fans on the shot. Tries to recollect on the other side. Android's there to meet him. Jacob Lester able to have some time and space cutting through the neutral zone. Lester with the puck on his backhand. Sends it in front, but no Sun Devil players are there. Kaiser keeps the puck in at the blue line. Sheds one check, chips it down low. Jackson Kennedy's able to have some time and just chip it out into the center ice line. 2:15 remains in this quick and fast first period. Wiggins is able to receive the pass from Kaiser. Wiggins coming in. Backhands that one. Altman keeps it in, and a quick slap shot ends up getting blocked. Marnaz. Wiggins is able to strip the puck away, but he gets his puck stripped away by Benson. Benson coming in, fakes the shot, fans on it, still loose, and the backhand shot misses. He tries to jam at it behind the net. No whistle yet. Hands up, quick slap shot on, rebounds in front. And Arizona State's finally able to touch it up. Ends up being Boise State's first power play, as there ends up being a tripping call. And looks to be Sal Casarano heading to the box for Arizona State. Billingsley out to take the face off for Arizona State, and he wins it. Hunter Long's able to snap it high and hard down 200 feet. Hustling to the puck first, and he is able to get the turnover, was Max Elizade, but it's saved by Ayers. Pinsky's able to break it out to Benson. Benson looking as he fans on the saucer attempt, and Hunter Long's able to clear it down. Goaltender Ayers has to be a little more careful as Elizade was able to read the pass, but luckily for the goaltender, he was able to right his wrongs. About 60 seconds remain in this first period. Boise State trying to come in, but it's Dawson Black this time for Arizona State's able to clear it into the center ice line. Ames enters in the zone onside, snapshot on, and George is able to make the chest stop. Jacob Lester and Benson in the corner forces Benson to turn it over to Geely, and he'll try to throw it right back down, but it gets taken away by Pinsky. Pinsky sheds Geely. Button hooks up to the point to Ames. Ames, D-to-D pass to Matthew Johnson. Johnson gets his pass blocked away by the skate of Jacob Lester, and Arizona State will go for a change. About 40 seconds remain on the man advantage for the Broncos. Johnson unable to get all of that puck, just trying to dump it in, and Adams sweeps it away. Ames able to get around Billingsley, maybe one more opportunity. Alexander just chips it in, and we'll have the horn blow. Better start for Arizona State tonight. They're still even in terms of the scoreline, 0-0 after the first 20 minutes of play. And we'll be back here on Arizona State Hockey YouTube to bring you live second period action in just under 15 minutes as the score after one. Arizona State 0, Boise State 0. This is ASU ACHA Hockey YouTube. And welcome back to Arizona State Hockey YouTube's broadcast of ACHA Division II men's ice hockey, as Arizona State is knotted up at 0 with Boise State as we start this second period. Arizona State still has 24 seconds left on the 2-minute minor penalty to Sal Carcerano, and they look to kill the rest of that off. And the puck is dropped to start the second period. It's a really fast first period. If you're just joining us, probably took us only about 30 minutes to get through that first period. Billingsley's able to keep the great power play, killing momentum going. And as seconds tick down, Arizona State has killed off that 2-minute minor. Kept in at the point by Ames. Snapshot on from Benson, ended up being blocked away. Billingsley, he's able to stretch it over to Wiggins. Wiggins has some daylight in front of him. Wiggins, snapshot on, he scores! Michael Wiggins, he's been on it tonight, and he's finally able to get one to go, and he gives the Sun Devils a 1-0 lead just about 45 seconds into the second period. Started off with a great penalty kill in the first period as Boise State was unable to get anything going, and ended up carrying over at the start of the second period, and Michael Wiggins ends up converting the chance. Elizadeh's going to be able to get the assist on that scoring play off of Wiggins' goal. Arizona State looks to threaten again. Ward at the point. Shot gets blocked. Carcerano turns out to Wiggins on the one-timer shot. Saved by the right leg pad of Ayers. Ward's able to keep the puck in. Battling off a few Broncos players. Carcerano throws it down to Elizadeh. Elizadeh, a tight turn. Trying to shake off Kennedy. He's able to center that in front, but no Sun Devils were there, and Boise State can break it out. Trey Moeller gets his own rebound, and the shot on, saved by George. Elizadeh chips it off high off the glass. He has some more work to do with it, and he just drops it down to his defenseman Adams. Adams takes it behind his net, reverses it. Ward has to hurry to get to that puck. And he's able to get a nice hop, and now it's a 2-on-1 for the Sun Devils. Paget has some space, and the snapshot on, he misses just high. Hewitt, he's able to give it to Benninger. Benninger, though, loses it. And Benninger has to hustle, get out. But Arizona State goes the other way. Paget has some trouble handling the pass, but icing's waved off. Sagar Larson trying to dump it down low. Donovan Myerson on the forecheck. Pinsky at his own blue line is able to chip it out. Long change in the second period for both teams. Altman to the right side to Kaiser. Kaiser plays it out in front of Paget, but he's the first one to the puck. Icing waved off. Altman at the point. Wrist shot on. Ends up hitting a Boise State player. That's clutching and grabbing his leg is Broman, and he has to block another shot. Cuts him by Kaiser. He gloves it down, and the slapper, Ayers, doesn't cover up and lets the play go. Lester to Altman at the point. He just throws it down. Broman trying to chip it off the glass. Both players are fending for it, and it ends up going out of play. Faceoffs, it's going to be deemed outside of the offensive zone for Arizona State as the linesman gets a fresh puck. Benson wins the draw. Ames over the center ice line. He snaps one in. George is unable to stop it behind his net. Johnson's trying to center that in front. That's blocked by Black. Players don't know where it is. Geely has it. And now Android goes over the blue line. Android has the puck in the corner. Centers it in front for Geely, but he's unable to control it. And now it'll find the stick of Dylan Broman. Broman flubs one down low in the corner. Johnson unable to get a pass as he's covered by the other number 9, Black. Quick shot on from Benson, and there's some traffic for George to have to find that puck, but he makes the stop. Throwing it down in the Boise State zone is Mayer, but now Arizona State could be on an odd man rush. Black activating from the defensive end. Black plays it back around to LaChapelle. LaChapelle at the point. And the one-timer shot from Lidster misses to the left. Ends up being touched by a high stick by Boise State's Alexander. And we'll have a whistle. Just under 5 minutes have been played in the second period, and Arizona State with a 1-goal lead, courtesy of Michael Wiggins. Wiggins was an up-and-down player last year on D1, but it seems that he's been able to find some great opportunity down on this D2 team. Marnaz takes a tough check from Dobrands, but he ends up dumping that into his own bench, as we also see one of the back referees with a nice little tumble, and he also gets some applause from the Arizona State bench. PDD, Adams has to try and re-clear. Ward gets the pass to Dobrands. Dobrands centers that in front. LaChapelle was just behind the puck. He's trying to track it down. He cycles it back down low. Dobrands with the hard hit. He ends up checking 2 Boise State players. Adams keeps the puck in. His point shot blocked. Dobrands swings around on the backhand shot, saved by Ayers. Arizona State still trying to go after it. Dobrands takes the puck away. Dobrands evades one check from a Boise State player, but he's a little gassed and he'll head to the bench. Puck's still sealed on the boards by Austin Lidster. Adams trying to bat it down. LaChapelle doesn't know where it is, and the puck will come out into the neutral zone. Arizona State, a lot of zone time that shift with the Dobrands line. Icing waved off. Boise State will try to finish off a change. Adams. He's been out there for a while. Wiggins leaves it for Carcerano. Carcerano sauces one in midair, but Adams is unable to gain the blue line. Ward almost got his pass taken away by Olsen. Wiggins, he's able to clear it. And now Elizade cutting through the middle. Elizade, snapshot on, trying to follow up his rebound. He bangs at it, and Ayers is able to get to that finally and cover up. Arizona State really dictating how the second period has gone so far. A lot of the action has been to the right side of the Oceanside ice. At the point, Kaiser, D to D. Altman has to hustle to get to that puck, and he does, and he absorbs the check. Wiggins trying to get to the puck, gives it to Elizade. Elizade trying to find it, but wasn't able to get enough mustard on the pass up to the point, and Justin Jones is able to get it out of his zone. Broman, he gets his dumped block the first time, but he's able to get it in the second time. Kaiser for Arizona State's able to break it out. Wiggins for Elizade, but Arizona State's forwards will go for a change. Carcerano by his lonesome. He centers it up to Myers. Myers fans on the shot. Broman down low, blocks it. End up taking the puck out of the corner was Padgett, but he'll swing it back down deep. Sagar Larson, and then for Arizona State, trying to hustle to it. Hodges is able to get the puck out with the help of his teammate Pinsky, but only to the center ice line. Kaiser coming back in. Deking around almost everybody, even his own team, to Altman, and Altman ends up shaving the post. Boise State could have a breakaway, and it's just out of the reach for Pinsky. It ends up turning to an icing. Lucky break for Arizona State as Kaiser went in, but no one covered him up at the blue line. And Eric Pinsky was just sitting there at the center ice red line, and the pass that was intended for him was out of reach. And Boise State unable to create an offensive chance. Draw one by Sagar Larson, but Jones is able to poke it past Long. Jones ends up getting sent down. Dawson Black on the defensive attempt, and he clears the puck out. Paget, he ends up getting thrown down to the ice, but right back up to his credit. And I'm taking a few good licks this shift. Sagar Larson, he's almost able to strip it away from Benson, but he can't. Jacob Lester stretches out his right arm and keeps the puck in. Hunter Long activating from the point to Sagar Larson. Larson's shot ends up being blocked by Broman. Dawson Black to Lester. He couldn't settle the puck down. Benson, a tight turn. Chips it out into the neutral zone. Arizona State re-enters. Android throws it down low. Hunter Long steals off the half wall. Puck still bouncing around, and finally will settle on the stick of Benson. Android causing some havoc. Dawson Black unable to keep it in. Android is able to touch up, and he snaps one on high, and Ayers is able to glove it down. Arizona State keeping up the pressure in this second period, but only have one goal to show for it so far. Face off in the offensive zone will be to the right of the goaltender, Ayers. Winning the draw was Billingsley. At the point, Adams. Shot ends up getting blocked by Stinson. Broncos in the offensive zone. Moeller, he's able to get his shot through, but hugging the post with the goaltender, George, and make the stop. That was one of the goaltenders, George's first shot attempts he's had in quite a while. Billingsley wins another draw. LaChapelle's able to get it out. Now it's a 2-on-1 for the Sun Devils. Billingsley, snapshot on, and Ayers is able to gobble up and not allow a rebound. Seems a plan for Boise State on those odd man rushes, especially when it's a 2-on-1. It looks like the Boise State defenseman is just going to be playing and taking away the pass 100%. And it looks like the goaltender Ayers, once he's able to recognize that, he's one-on-one with the shooter for Arizona State, and he'll come out very aggressive trying to cut down the angle, and so far it's been working out for them. Boise State clears out their own zone. Wiggins to center ice line. Puck still sealed. Ward trying to bat at it, and Boise State's able to get it down low. Pinsky races to it, a short angle shot on. Ends up being stomached by George. Good crowd in here tonight at Oceanside Ice Arena. We thank everyone tonight watching wherever you are on Arizona State Hockey YouTube, and I please ask that you make sure to hit the subscribe button to not miss out on any future ASU hockey games. Wiggins. He was trying to have a pass intended for Elizade, but it was behind him. Boise State re-enters the offensive zone. Kaiser, he's able to make the read and ends up getting a nice Boise State hop as the goaltender Ayers made sure not to touch the puck, or else it would have negated the icing. Draw one by Boise State. Wiggins trying to poke it past the defenseman. He can't. Keeping the puck in. Jackson Kennedy in the corner. Kennedy gets it right back. D to Marnaz. Marnaz's shot ends up being saved by George. A little dangerous opportunity as there was a few Boise State sticks trying to get a deflection. Pinsky keeps it in. As his pass cross ice ended up being impeded by the stick of Wiggins, and it ends up going out of the zone. Kennedy throws it down on the goaltender, George, and he's forced to cover up by the hustle of Matthew Johnson. These are Boise State's only 2 games of the weekend. Here Saturday night as this game's being taken place, and early Sunday morning against these same Sun Devils. Sagar Larson, hard rim around the boards. Dawson Black trying to center that in front for Billingsley, but he ends up taking a tumble. Gets it right back. Sagar Larson, he shoots, he scores! Billingsley with the heads-up play was able to find Larson still in front of the net, and Larson was able to get the pass from Billingsley, and he took a few checks and was able to follow up his own rebound, and he tucked it in on the right side of the goaltender Ayers, and the Sun Devils have a 2-0 lead. Sagar Larson, who was unable to get on the score sheet last night, one of the top point producers for Arizona State, is able to be getting on the score sheet tonight. Possible miscue. Sagar Larson's able to help out Long. And now Sun Devils go for another attack. It's a 2-on-1. Billingsley. Billingsley just out of reach for Paget as he was looking for a shot opportunity. Billingsley down low with Sagar Larson. They're trying to jam at it. Benson, the centerman, he's able to get it out. Dylan Broman. He'll meet Black down in the corner. Black with a hard hit on him. Puck will roll on over to Johnson. Johnson ends up taking a hard hit from Long. Benson still with the puck. Benson walking up to the point. Trying to find backdoor his teammate Stinson, but it gets taken away. Benson will have to chip it down deep, and he'll go for a change. Android unable to handle a pass from Long, and Long tries to chip it out of his own zone, but it goes off the low ceiling at Oceanside, and we'll have a whistle. Seems that the Sun Devil players have gotten the message from the coaching staff of Barry Harkis and Tyler Harkis for tonight's game. They've been showing a lot more effort than they did against UTEP on Thursday. Android over to Geely, now to Lester. Lester could be a 2-on-1. Over to Ward. Ward, the snapshot on, he shoots, he scores! Cam Ward, he saw an open lane as he activated from his defensive position, and he got a nice tape-to-tape pass from Lester, and he's able to put it in 5-hole on Ayers, and it's 3-0 Sun Devils. Seems that the message from the bench from one of the coaches was to keep their foot on the gas. They do not want to let any light come into the tunnel for the Broncos in this hockey game. Ward, a hard snapshot. It'll rim around. Geely keeps the puck in for Lester. Lester unable to perform the toe drag deke. Now he moves it to the point. Dylan Adams, snapshot on. And that puck is blocked by Benninger. Lester is able to glove the puck down. Puck just up high in the offensive zone, and Boise State's able to take it away. Fitzgerald gets his dump blocked by Adams. Adams trying to move that pass over, and Geely's able to collect it and go for a change. 6:35 in the second period. It's a 3-0 Arizona State lead. Carranza, he's able to dump the puck in as the rest of his team goes for a change. He's pinned to the boards by Adams. Pinsky throws it down to the weak side of the ice. Carranza trying to center that in front. Carranza still loose. Moves the puck over to his backhand. Carranza walks up the wall, stops, but he ends up being crunched by Billingsley. Puck still there. Pinsky shot misses wide. Pinsky again as he tries to release a shot. His stick ends up getting lifted by Lidster, and Arizona State can clear it. Lidster. Snapshot on, blocked by Broman. The defenseman Broman for Boise State's had about 5 or 6 blocks already, and he also throws a big check as they ended up taking the hard part of that was LaChapelle for Arizona State, and Boise State will touch up. And it looks to be an illegal hit thrown by Broman as the whistle has been blown. It's going to be an elbowing call as Broman was a little too eager to hit LaChapelle at the center ice dot. And LaChapelle is able to take some relief in the fact that he was able to get his team a power play. Carcerano didn't win the draw, but he's able to get to the puck. Kaiser trying to fit the DDD pass. Ends up getting taken away by Pinsky. Pinsky all alone, and shoots, he scores! Eric Pinsky was able to block the pass from the defenseman Kaiser, and he was able to beat him to the loose puck, and he fits it in with his backhand past the goaltender George, and Boise State now cutting the lead to 2. With one of those ACHA rules, when there is a delayed penalty call and if a goal is scored, the penalty is still awarded, and it looks to be the defenseman Kaiser for Arizona State heading to the box for a slashing call. And where it's been Arizona State for the majority of this game, Boise State getting a shorthanded goal, and now withdrawing that penalty, are able to play 4-on-4 hockey. Puck rolling end over end, and George has to cover it up. Seems to be a possible momentum change in this hockey game. Draw, won by Boise State. Dylan Broman stares it in front, and a big stop by George as he was able to rob the one-timer shot of Ames. Sun Devils bench trying to yell some words of encouragement to some of the players out there right now. This is our first 4-on-4 action of the game, and it's going to allow a lot more time and space for some of the more creative and fast players out on the ice. Dumping it low was Hunter Long in the offensive zone. Sagar Larson getting some help from Wiggins. Wiggins trying to hustle to that puck. Dawson Black keeps it in for Wiggins. Wiggins trying to play a give-and-go pass to Sagar Larson, but they're unable to get so, and Boise State ends up touching the puck, and it looks to be a boarding call as Dawson Black ended up taking a hard check from Dylan Broman, and where it seemed that Boise State might have been able to get a grip on this hockey game, they end up shooting themselves in the foot and end up taking a penalty. With that penalty, looks to be a rare occurrence in hockey, a 4-on-3 power play. Sagar Larson, Android, Ward, and Altman out there for Arizona State. Pinsky is able to clear it all the way down. Pinsky, one of the leaders of this hockey team, coming into tonight's game, is the leading point getter for this Broncos team. Ward has to slow it down to control the puck. He's able to enter in the offensive zone. Pinsky's able to chip it around Android. Now he only has to beat Altman. Pinsky stops. He's trying to find his defenseman Ames jumping into play. Puck still loose around, and it looks to be an interference call now to Arizona State. End up being the hustle again of Pinsky, creating a power play opportunity, or pardon me, a penalty opportunity, as now we're going to even have a rare opportunity, as I keep saying that word, of 3-on-3 hockey. in regulation time. Usually you'll see this in overtime, but not in the middle of a second period. Arizona State going the other way. Adams stops, trying to give it over to Ward, but the pass was broken up by Ames. Justin Jones skates it on the left side. Jones against Adams. Drops it for Carranza. Carranza trying to force his way around the net. He's still able to keep the puck. Carranza down to Jones. Jones gets the puck taken away by Carcerano, and now Adams. It's a 2-on-1. Adams stops, delays, tired near the end of his shift, and he dumps it down low. Sanders in front all the way. It's hard along. He fakes the shot on, and it's somehow stopped by Ayers. It was almost a good whiff as Long whiffed on the initial shot attempt, but he was able to fake out Ayers, but he was unable to fit it in the open net. Black gets his pass blocked, but Long's able to help out his defenseman partner. And Kaiser out of the box. Now in the offensive zone. Kaiser wrist shot on as he was looking for the top corner, but Ayers was able to get just enough of the glove on it, and the rebound goes out of play. Some crazy end-to-end action starting to develop here in Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona. There'll now be 4-on-4 hockey for about 15 seconds. Elizabeth couldn't win the draw. Boise State in their own zone. Benson. Up to Meyer. Meyer. Over to his defenseman, Marnaz. Marnaz stops behind the net. Sends that in front, and George is able to make a one-timer stop on Benson. 2:44 remains in the second period. Boise State will go for a change. They'll have about 26 seconds of power play time before Michael Android gets out of the box for Arizona State. Puck still being battled for in the face-off dot. It'll come to the Broncos. Ames fakes the shot. Now he gets it through, but it's a good stick positioning by Elizabeth to deflect it up and out of play. Elizabeth wins this draw. Altman's able to rim it out of his own zone, and that'll about do it for Boise State's abbreviated power play. Carranza, he has a lot of time and space. Snapshot on, he shoots, he scores! Carranza was able to hit the brakes. Arizona State's defense gave him a lot of space in the high slot, and he was able to set up a nice screen for himself, and he is able to blow it by George's stick side. And with that Boise State goal, now they're within one, as Arizona State now holding on to a 3-2 lead.
Boise State goal, scored by number 12, Michael Carranza. Carranza assisted by number 15.
And where it was at one point of the second period, a 3-0 Arizona State lead has now become to 3-2 lead. Android trying to get it right back to Lester, and they score! Just what the doctor ordered for Arizona State, where it's been these past 5 minutes, has been going Arizona State's way. They're able to get a turnover, and Jacob Lester was able to put it in a wide open 4x6 past the goaltender Ayers, and it's a 4-2 Arizona State lead. It was a quick turnover, and Droit's hustle was able to get to that puck, and he was able to find a backdoor pass, and Lester was all alone. Long. His pass almost got intercepted, but it's out into the neutral zone. Deflecting the puck in for Boise State was Alexander. Geely unable to handle the breakout pass. Long tries to chip it out. Lester can't clear. Long ends up hitting his own man, but it finally comes out to the center ice line. Black. Rimming it around. Geely. He's able to get around Cunha. Now over to Geely still as his shot ends up getting redirected and out of play. Couple of momentum swings in the second period where it was Arizona State early and Boise State a little bit in the middle, and it seems that Arizona State has been able to right the ship as they've been able to get a goal back. Puck takes a weird hop. Arizona State still has the puck in the offensive zone. La Chapelle ends up losing control of it. Altman will chip it down deep. And we have just under 60 seconds remaining in the second period. Jones couldn't get it past the defender, Altman. La Chapelle trying to dig for it in the corner. Dobrand's there with his line mate, and it's still sealed in the corner. Carranza with the rim. Pinsky has to try to chip it out, and he can as it was sealed off by the defenseman Kaiser. Boise State tries once more, but they still can't. Lidster keeps it in. Lidster trying to center that one in front, but it gets blocked by Ames. Kaiser able to keep the puck in. Pinsky trying to figure out where it is. Kaiser just trying to keep the puck in, and it looks like he lost control, and the puck bobbled over the blue line, and he took it right back in and ends up being offside. Draw one by Boise State, just about 5 seconds left. Looks like Boise State's going to end up trying to kill the clock off, and they will. Well, a fun and wild 20 minutes here in Tempe as Arizona State ended up having a 3-goal lead midway through this second period, and Boise State was able to get a shorthanded goal, and that seemed to possibly turn the momentum in their favor, but Arizona State ended up answering right back as Jacob Lester near the end of that second period was able to get one of their goals back and have a 2-goal lead. In just under 15 minutes, we'll bring you live third period action here from Tempe, Arizona. After 2 periods of play, Arizona State with a 4-2 lead over the Boise State Broncos. And you're watching Arizona State Hockey YouTube. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the last 20 minutes of this hockey game between Boise State and Arizona State as we enter in this third period with the score of a 4-2 Arizona State lead. It was a quiet first period as there weren't any goals scored in that first 20 minutes of play, and ended up being a wild second period as it ended up being Arizona State having a 3-goal lead at one point, which ended up being cut down to 1 by Boise State in the middle of that second period, and Arizona State near the end of the second period was able to get a goal. Puck will be thrown back down by Boise State, taking a weird hop. It's loose in front. Geely was able to make a goal-saving stop with his stick. Still loose. Pinsky fans on the shot. Geely in his own zone. Plays it up to Jacob Lester. Lester kicks it up back to his stick. Lester with it. Centered in front, and it's a big stop. A leg save by Ayers. Pinsky. He's the first one to the puck. Snapshot on as he was looking to go stick side, but George was able to get enough wood on it to make the stop. What do you see? Throws it back in, but it was off the backside of Ward, and he'll clear it out to center. George behind his net. He'll ladle it over to Ward. Ward, a soft chip off the glass. When he comes out to the center ice line. Marnaz dumps it in. Kaiser drops it on the other side of the ice. Ward chipping it up high. Might have had a little too much juice on it, and it goes for an icing. Unlucky play by Elizade as he had a nice opportunity, but Ayers was just a little bit better just about 45 seconds ago. Puck will come on over to the left side. Wiggins couldn't get it out. Benson, he'll fork it back in. Carcerano trying to find Elizade, but he couldn't handle the pass. Ward able to take the puck and go to the offensive zone. Ward, a high shot. Ayers had to be quick with his glove hand, and he was. Arizona State will have an offensive zone draw, and they switch up some of the lines. Dobrands is in the circle, but he loses out to Olsen. Dobrands. He's able to take the turnover, though. Ayers was able to make a stop. He's trying to get back on his skates. Wrist shot from Altman at the point, misses wide. Kaiser winds up and fires, and the redirection from Dobrands is saved by Ayers. Dobrands trying to give it to Ledster, but he wasn't able to release the shot. And throwing it back down in the offensive zone is LaChapelle. Broman ends up taking a little bit of a tumble. Skating it out. As his pass ends up being taken away by Lidster. Lidster, the saucer pass to LaChapelle, and as he was trying to deke around Broman, he ends up getting hit. Broman is able to get some help from Moeller and chip it out in the neutral zone. Both teams trying to go for a change. Alexander ends up having Dawson Black's stick stuck up in between his torso, and he'll just dump it in. Kaiser, the stretch pass, taken away by Ames. Fitzgerald couldn't get the puck in deep, and it'll allow Padgett to do the same thing for Arizona State, and Boise State will end up touching the puck, and it looks like it's going to be an interference call to the Broncos. Didn't get to see the tail end of that play there, but it looked to me that Griffin Ames ended up impeding one of the Arizona State forwards as they dumped the puck in, and Now Arizona State gets to work on the man advantage.
Boise State minor penalty number 23, Griffin Ames, 2 minutes for interference. Ames 2 for interference, time of the penalty, 60.
Draw one by Sagar Larson. Android backhands that one in. Ward, he ends up backhanding the rebound shot, but it's saved by Ayers. Puck ends up getting boosted up into the neutral zone, and Sagar Larson was unable to connect with Ward. Pinsky, he has one shorthanded goal already tonight. Unable to get a second one this time around, but he might be able to now. Breakaway, Pinsky with the shot, ends up being saved by the blocker hand of George. Goaltender not usually expected to face any grade A opportunities on the penalty kill, but George has had to face a couple tonight. He ends up getting even with Pinsky as he makes that breakaway stop. Draw one by Benson, but it gets taken away by Geely. Carcerano absorbing the check and dumps it in. Lester is unable to beat out the defenseman Kennedy. Geely at the half wall. He's able to get the puck for Arizona State. At the point, Dawson Black walks the line. Over to Lester, but his pass gets intercepted by Justin Jones, and he's going to skate it out. Jones trying to cut through the middle. Able to find Benson. Benson, snapshot on, and he scores! A few dangerous chances for Boise State. Short-handed, and they end up being able to capitalize, and Brandon Benson ends up cutting the lead down to 1. Arizona State a little lethargic on this man advantage. Ends up coming back to bite them as they end up conceding their second shorthanded goal of the game. It's now a 4-3 score line. Just under 5 minutes into this third period. Boise State in on the attack again. About 45 seconds remain on the Arizona State power play. Elizade takes it behind his own net, and as he was trying to get out, he gets tripped down, and now the referee will end up calling it. And it's going to be Michael Carranza going to the box. Arizona State's going to have about a 5-on-3 for 30 seconds. They win the draw. Ward missed his mark on that D-to-D pass, and Arizona State's going to have to touch up. Adams, he'll get tripped down. Referee shaking his head, and he's saying he's not going to be calling that penalty. Sun Devils dump it down low. Android at the point. D-to-D pass to Ward, gives it back to Adams, but he ends up having a miscue. Bobbles the puck at the blue line, and he has to end up taking it out to the neutral zone. That'll do it for the 5-on-3 chance. Android trying to kick the puck up out of his skates. He couldn't. Minute and 15 remains on this man advantage. Boise State with the 2-on-1. Ames with the puck still. The shot on. George doesn't know where it is. He has to hustle back, but he makes a save. Puck still in the zone. Sagar Larson trying to give it right back over to Paget, but he didn't know where it was. Ayers had to be careful with that rebound. He's able to get it. Arizona State, 57 seconds remain on the man advantage. Lester trying to dig it out of his own skates, but he ends up turning it over to Benson. Benson curls back in his own zone, stops, ends up losing control of it at the center ice line, and he'll dump it in. Long has to seal There's Boise State player Broman to the boards, and Dawson Black will skate it out of his own zone. Black unable to deke around the defenseman for Boise State. Puck stays in the offensive zone. About 20 seconds left. Lester, he tries to roof a backhand shot, and that gets saved by Ayers. Long at the point, and the wrist shot on. Ayers makes the stop as there was a few bodies in his way, but he was able to track it. Sun Devils have to be a little careful with only 13 seconds remaining in an offensive zone draw and be wary of that Boise State player coming out of the box. Draw one by the Sun Devils, Long at the point. Puts it in the corner. Sun Devils unable to get it, and Long has to try and retrieve the puck. He's got to hurry, though, as he had a Boise State player, Moeller, on him, but Moeller unsuccessful with being able to strip the puck. And that'll do it for the ASU power play. Shot misses from Lidster. It's kept in low for the Sun Devils. Lidster trying to protect the puck. Still working forward in the corner. Hewitt there for the Broncos as well. LaChapelle, he can't get it up to his stick. Daubrands is able to keep it in. Wheeling it around. A little too strong. Marnaz, he'll get stapled to the boards by LaChapelle. Boise State finally able to clear courtesy of the shot of Caleb Stinson, and his Boise State team will go for a change. Kaiser reverses it behind the net to Altman. Wiggins does just enough to get it out. Dobrands misfired, but it was in front for Elizadeh, and he's able to use his speed and have the puck in the offensive zone. Elizadeh unable to get it to the point. Taking it out of his own zone was Jones. Kaiser will just elect to do the safe play and just dump it out. 11:40 remaining in this third period. Jones drops it for Pinsky. Pinsky, snapshot on, and that goes off the outside of the net. Kept in by the Broncos. Point shot on, blocked by Wiggins. Elizadeh now going the other way. Elizadeh trying to cut his way through. He centers it in front, just out of the reach for Carcerano, and a few players tumble into the Boise State net, and we'll have a whistle. Going hard to the net, Elizadeh was almost able to get around the Broncos player, and he was trying to use his skates and be able to tight turn into the net, but he was unable to get a successful shot on. Benson wins the draw in the neutral zone. Ames giving it right back to Benson, and Benson will chip it in. Adams takes a hit, but the puck will end up getting out by Padgett, and that'll find Myers. Myers dropping it for Sagar Larson, but he got his signals mixed up with Padgett and turns it over. Tight turn in the zone. Benson will dump it in. Adams trying to dig the puck out. Sagar Larson couldn't rim it out of his own zone. Benson, a little too hot of a pass from Ames. Dumps it in. Dylan Broman stops, overhandles the puck, and it gets taken away by Ward. Myers at his own blue line is able to get it out to Padgett. Padgett putting through on the left side. Padgett, snapshot on, and he ends up getting a shot through the crease and wide of the net. Black trying to find it. He kicks it in. Black, short angle shot on. Ayers is able to make the stop, and Droit hustles off the bench to keep the puck in the offensive zone. And Droit unable to get around Ames. Ames flips it off the glass. Keeley, puck bouncing around, and on the back check, he's trying to strip it off the Boise State player, and Lester's able to help his teammate out. Lester, a button hook. In the zone, Lester still has a puck. Lester still with it. Slides on over. One-timer shot from Long, and he ends up whistling one wide. Marnaz, he's unable to hustle that puck. Black has to retrieve it back in his own zone. Long. Seam pass, but it was a little high, intended for Lester, and it'll go for an icing. Play's starting to heat up a little bit in the middle of this third period as Arizona State's clinging to a 1-goal lead. Geely and Carranza in the face-off circle. Won by Geely. Black, he reverses it, but it's turned over to Pinsky. Pinsky steps out, he shoots, he scores! Eric Pinsky is able to tie the game up at 4, and we have a new ball game here in Oceanside. Tired Sun Devil group out there right after the icing. Dawson Black thought he had his defensive partner behind him, so he ended up going for a reverse pass behind his own net, but Pinsky was able to react to the pass first, intercepted it, and was able to walk out and fit it in on the glove side on George. Altman chips it off the glass, but Alexander turns it over. It's a 2-on-1 for the Sun Devils. Ayers making a few stops, still in front. Dobrand's unable to get it to go. Another shot, and he scores! Austin Ledster. And just about 30 seconds after Boise State tied this game up, Arizona State unknots it, and it's 5-4 in favor of ASU. It was one of the bottom lines for Arizona State, able to try and swing the momentum back in their team's favor. Ledster did a great job of not giving up on that play, as that puck ended up being saved a few times by Ayers during that shift, and he was able to come in late and fit one high on the short side on the goaltender Ayers. Arizona State has to retouch up. Dobrand's unable to get there first. Some fresh Boise State players coming off the bench. Pinsky, Delane for Benson on the one-timer shot. Still loose in front, and they score! Ended up being Matthew Johnson on the play, as that shot ended up coming from the corner, and he just ended up sweeping at the puck, and he was able to get it to go as George was down on the seat of his pants. And where it was pretty mundane in this third period, there's been just a flurry of action as well as goals, and it's 5-5. And again, in the ACHA, when there is a delayed penalty and a goal has been scored, that penalty is still honored. So Sagar Serrano is going to be heading to the box for a slashing. And the game tied 5-5, and Arizona State's going to also have to kill a 2-minute penalty. Elizade ends up falling on the ice. Benson has no pressure on him. He's able to skate the puck out slowly. Benson still with it. Billingsley is able to body him up. Ward is able to read the pass, and he's able to dump it all the way down. Marnaz steps out behind his net. Passes it on over to Broman. But Broman's pass ends up getting intercepted by Ward, and he'll clear it and go for a change. 50 seconds has elapsed on the Broncos power play. Boise State will also elect to switch up the power play unit as well. Pinsky drops it for Carranza. Carranza trying to give it back to Pinsky, but it was a nice read by Geely to break up the pass. Long. He's able to snap it out, but only to the neutral zone. Elizade. He's able to take away from Ames. He winds one up and can clear it to the offensive blue line. Pinsky. Absorbs a check from Geely, and it looks like he ends up being tripped on the play, judged by the back referee. And it's going to be a slashing call, and now for 33 seconds, ASU has to kill a 5-on-3. Tough sledding for Arizona State. They were working so hard on that penalty kill, and now they're going to have to face even a bigger deficit as they're down 2 men for about 30 seconds. Myers wins the draw. Adams is able to clear it. A big defensive zone draw win by Myers in the center ice circle. Benson in for the Broncos at the point. Ames receives it. Ames looking, he passes it to Carranza in the half wall. Ames, one-timer shot from Jones, and he misses the mark. Kept in by Ames. A few seconds off. Carcerano just a little late to step out of the box. Myers, he ends up turning it over in the offensive zone, and Pinsky goes the other way. Pinsky with it. He was trying to pass it to Carranza, but it got broken up by Billingsley. Minute and 10 left on this 5-on-4 for the Broncos. Pinsky, he'll get pinned to the wall by Altman. Altman trying to do his best to keep it there, and he does. Great job by Altman on this penalty kill. Benson is finally able to dislodge the puck out of the corner. Carranza at the point. Benson trying to find some time and space. He gives it to Pinsky. Pinsky, he's trying to jam it in short side. Saved by George, and Altman's able to pick up the rebound and dump it down 200 feet. Ames elects to slow the play down in his own zone. Ames comes out, passing it to Broman. Now to Pinsky. Pinsky, 20 seconds remain on the man advantage. Broman absorbs a hard check from Kaiser. Puck still there, now at the point to Marnaz. Now the wrist shot on, ends up being blocked by the stick of Altman. Pinsky walking off the half wall, snapshot on, he ends up missing wide. And the penalty has expired. Puck still loose in front. Kaiser had to knock it down. The hard rim. They'll end up finding Jacob Lester in the neutral zone, and he'll chip it in. 4:38 remains in this third period. It looks like we have a delayed penalty call against the Broncos. Paget still working hard underneath the net, and Boise State will touch up, and it's an interference call, and so Arizona State now has an opportunity to get a goal.
Boise State minor penalty, number 93, Justin Jones.
Justin Jones ends up getting an interference call in his own zone. And now Arizona State will have a power play. Sagar Larson wins the draw. Adams, one-timer shot. He's looking for a redirection, but wasn't anybody. And then Larson with a quick rebound opportunity with that shot in the corner. And Ayers is able to make the stop. Paget and Android are the forwards out there with Larson. Ward unable to keep the puck in. Will have to go out into the neutral zone. Ward skating backwards to his own zone. Sagar Larson gives it right back to him. Paget's able to beat out the icing call. Paget still with it. Paget trying to get off the wall. He can't. Adams D to Ward. Ward giving it right back. Adams was trying to force a pass, but it got taken away by Broman. Now about 50 seconds has elapsed on this power play. Ward, a long-range shot saved by Ayers. Puck's rimmed around. Kept in by Arizona State. Boise State tries to get it out once more, and that's sealed off by Ward. Ward trying to drop it for Sagar Larson. He can't. Pinsky trying to clear. Goes off the referee, and it's kept in by Arizona State. Android Long-range shot gets blocked by Broman, and they'll clear. Getting down to crunch time now at Oceanside Ice Arena. It's a 5-5 game and just have about 3 minutes remaining. Kaiser skates out of his own zone, and he has a wrist shot high. Pinsky couldn't get it past Carcerano, as it's a fresh power play unit for Arizona State. Lester trying to find Carcerano, he can't. Puck will now squirt out to Carranza, and he's able to clear it up to Pinsky, and Pinsky now in the offensive zone. Snapshot blocked by the leg of Kaiser. Pinsky still with it, now at the point. Marnaz with the wrist shot on. George is able to make the stop, and now we're back to even strength hockey. Geely with the puck, cutting through the middle. Geely now he decides to get the shot through, but it'll be blocked by Marnaz and up into the netting. This is usually where we see from both teams on what players the coaching staffs trust more, with it being so little time left in the game and it being tied. Dobrance wins the draw. LaChapelle rims it back down low. Lidster trying to find it, he can't. Long's able to steal the wall. Benson just elected to chip it all the way down. Long ends up playing it with the high stick. Black's going to elect to touch the puck first, and we'll have a whistle. Arizona State, after this weekend, going to be making a little bit of a road trip up to the great state of Utah, and they'll be playing in a showcase tournament, playing 3 games, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Boise State a little late to make that change, and they have their centerman thrown out. Dobrance is able to win in the face-off on his strong side. LaChapelle was able to clear it out into the neutral zone. Boise State entering the zone onside. Black having some pressure from Alexander. Puck will come its way to the other side of the ice. LaChapelle just throws it back in. Johnson up at the point. Marnaz keeps it in. Broncos center that in front up to Ames at the point. He gets his shot through, but it was high. Black wound up clearing the puck down, and it's going to end up being an icing call, and so this group of 5 for Arizona State's been out for quite a while. It'll be interesting to see if head coach Barry Harkis is going to decide to use his timeout and possibly give his team a breather. Looks like he's going to elect to not use the timeout. Boise State wins the draw. Snapshot on from Marnaz, and it was a dangerous shot from Carranza, and George was able to make the stop with his blocker. Carranza, he throws up to the point again to Ames. Ames will elect to throw it back down. Long will take it away, though, and chip it out into the neutral zone. Only a partial change for Arizona State. Under 60 seconds left in the hockey game. Puck centered in front as the shot from Pinsky ends up getting nestled in between the goaltender and the post, and George will make the stop. Carcerano couldn't win the draw. Ames at the point again, the snapshot on, and George is able to kick it to the corner. And they're finally able to clear. Elizadeh ends up taking a tumble. Wiggins centers that in front, but it's behind the net. 30 seconds remain. Adams down low in the corner. Marnaz. He couldn't get it out. Ward the point shot on, but it's blocked by Carranza. Adams skating it through the center of the ice. Adams will just dump it in. Benson trying to shield off Adams. Adams working hard and unable to keep the puck in. About 3 seconds left. Carcerano ends up taking a shot on, but it's blocked away by Ayers, and that'll end up doing it for regulation.
Then we're going to have overtime. 5 minutes, 3-on-3 sudden death.
And we're going to be having now 5 minutes of overtime play to try and settle the victor tonight here in Tempe. Both nets will change, and it'll produce another long change for both teams. That'll be a way to promote some possible scoring, as it's going to be dangerous in terms of trying to make a quick change with you being so far away from the bench. And again, folks, we're glad that you are tuning in tonight to Arizona State Hockey YouTube, and make sure to hit that subscribe button to not miss out on any future ASU hockey games. Joshua George is going to be heading over to his new net that he had in the second period. For Arizona State out on the ice sheet right now, it's going to be Kaiser and Altman, the D pairing. And looks to be Sagar Larson hopping off the bench to complete the guys out there. So it'll be 4-on-4 overtime. Michael Android will be the one to complete the 4 out there for Arizona State. And we have puck drop here in overtime. Altman to Android. He's able to kick the puck up to his stick. Android on the right side. Android trying to look to end this one. Wheeling around. Still with the puck. Tight turn. Now on his forehand side. He'll play to Sagar Larson in the corner. Android. And Larson play around. Larson ends up turning the puck over. Penske couldn't get it to Carranza. Kaiser keeps the puck in. Boise State now with the possession. Android will make a quick change for Lester. Ames turns the puck over to Larson. Larson trying to buy some time. He saucers it now to Kaiser with some space. Kaiser winds up and fires! And it's a stop by the goaltender Ayers. The first big opportunity going to Arizona State, and Ayers is able to have his trusty blocker hand, and he was able to make the stop. Drawn by Arizona State. Ward's point shot ends up being deflected wide. There's also a nice pass to boot by Sagar Larson on that cross-ice pass. Taking a weird hop. Ayers had to be careful, and he ends up spooning that one out and making the stop. Adams being pressured by Jones. Adams ends up turning the puck over to Benson. Benson, though, gives it right back. Adams, D to Ward. Ward skating up out of the zone, still with it. Ward kicks it out to Lester. Lester stops, trying to protect the puck. He's pivoting around. Now he ends up taking a snapshot on, but it gets blocked and misses the net. Carcerano down low, up at the point. Long trying to get his shot through, and it's a high touch by him. And Lester thought the Boise State player Carranza touched the puck, but it looks like that's not the case, and we have a whistle. Almost 2 minutes has elapsed in this 4-on-4 overtime period, and we're still playing. Faceoff will be outside the Arizona State offensive zone. Carranza and Dobrands. Dobrands wins the draw. Long still trying to bat it out of midair, but is unable to get possession of it. Broman Up to Pinsky. Pinsky redirects the puck in. He's working in on Dawson Black. Black's able to get the best of him. Black, as he was trying to make that pass, ends up getting redirected and up and out of play by the stick of Carranza. Linesmen are deliberating on where the faceoff should be taken. And they're going to end up deeming it outside of the Arizona State zone. Draw in by Carranza. Meyer picks it off in the neutral zone. It could be a 3-on-2 for Boise State. Meyer with his shot on. Altman's able to get his stick in the way, and that gets deflected and out of play. Seems to be nothing fancy for both of these teams in terms of their line combinations. It seems to be there's 2 forwards and 2 defensemen out at one time for each team. Sagar Larson wins the draw in his own zone. Altman has to hustle to get there. Sagar Larson trying to have a pick for Kaiser, and it's able to work. Altman finds Android in stride. Android going in. Android backhand, forehand, and he just lost control of the puck. Sagar Larson saucers it to Kaiser. Kaiser stopping, throws it down low. Sagar Larson cycling with Android. Ames will pin him to the wall. Under 2 minutes remaining in overtime. Sagar Larson's able to pick it out. Skating up to Altman, and it's blocked. Puck still loose in front, and Android's rebound ends up being saved by Ayers. Pinsky trying to take the puck out. Sagar Larson keeps it in. Larson's waiting, trying to find the cross-ice pass to Altman. Fresh off the bench is Lester. Lester trying to protect the puck. He can't release the pass yet, but he still has it. Now he tries to do so. Carcerano whips around, but his shot misses the net. Carcerano, he's trying to get it off the wall. He can't. Pinsky now for Boise State. He's able to take it in the offensive zone, trying to shield off Altman. Ends up getting a few checks between the players, and he turns it over. Lester. Now over to Kaiser. Kaiser on the right side, but he ends up turning the puck over, but Boise State has some miscommunication. Benson's able to find Jones under a minute. Jones one-on-one with Ward. Jones, a snapshot on. George bobbled it a little bit, but he was able to make the stop eventually. 52.8 seconds remain. Draws in Arizona State's end. Benson was trying to win that draw forward, ended up somehow redirecting to the goaltender George, and we'll have another faceoff. Draw win again, this time by Dobrance. Come up to the neutral zone. Dobrance plays a big hit on Marnez. Jones coming in on the right side for Boise State. Jones wheeling around the offensive zone. Dumps it in for Benson. Benson trying to look around. Boise State's going for a partial change. Coming out is Carranza, and his point shot gets blocked by the skate of Adams. Now 20 seconds remain. Adams with the stretch pass. As Padgett's pass was intended for Dobrance, but it gets intercepted. Now about 10 seconds left. Adams, D to Ward, maybe one last chance. Ward coming in. Ward, snapshot on, ends up getting blocked by Marnez, and will head to the shootout. Everybody definitely got their money's worth in overtime for Arizona State. The best chance was for Zachary Kaiser, as he was able to have some time and space, and he ended up electing for the slap shot, but it was a big stop by Ayers 50 seconds into overtime. Since Arizona State is the home team, pardon me, actually, it won't be a shootout yet. It looks like the referees are talking. there's some confusion with the referee crew, but it is going to be a shootout. And with Arizona State being the home team, they get the choice of shooting first or second, and they're going to elect to take the first shot. Number 7, Sagar Larson, will be the first Arizona State player in the shootout. Here he comes building up with some speed on the left side. Sagar Larson. Larson faking, and he scores! He was able to fit it in 5-hole on Ayers as he was on the backhand side. Little hesitation as he's moving it to his forehand. He was able to slip it past the goaltender's legs. Justin Jones for Boise State now in the first round of the shootout. Jones on the left side. Jones fakes the shot, and Joshua George was able to beat him with the left leg pad to the post. And it's 1-0 Arizona State in the shootout. The defenseman, Cam Ward, will be the first one to take the shot in the second round. Ward coming in on the left side. Ward faking, and he ends up, I'm not sure if he was trying to do that on the deke or if it ended up bobbling over his stick, but Ayers made the stop anyhow. Eric Pinsky's already has a couple goals to his name. Will take the second shot for the Broncos. On his forehand. Snapshot on as George was able to make the stop with his blocker side this time. And if Michael Androit can get a goal here, it'll be ending up wrapping this hockey game. Androit, the left-hander, comes in on the left side. Androit coming in still to the backhand, and Ayers was able to poke it off his stick as he read that there was going to be a deke coming. And now Boise State has to get this one to go. It'll be Michael Carranza, or else the Broncos will be heading home with a loss. Carranza picks it up at center ice on the right side. Carranza with it. Snapshot on, and he scores! And we'll head to the fourth round, courtesy of Michael Carranza. So now we're down to the sudden death round. As popping out will be Jacob Lester for Arizona State in the fourth round. Lester coming in on his forehand. Snapshot on, and as he rings one off the post. Ayers didn't really move. He just thought his positioning would be enough, and it was, as Lester was unlucky hitting the iron. So now if Benson scores for Boise State, it could win it. Benson coming from the left side to the right. Benson snaps it in, and he's able to get it over the right shoulder of George, and Boise State wins it in a shootout. As Boise State's able to meet Benson over at the center ice line, and the teams will shake hands as it was definitely a back-and-forth hockey game tonight at Oceanside. As we'll take you up into our press box here at Oceanside Arena. Brett Vaughn here, as there was a wild one in Tempe tonight. Arizona State were very dominant for most of this hockey game. Ended up even having a 3-goal lead at one point. It was a really good effort they showed tonight after the performance they ended up having against UTEP on Thursday. And for Boise State, it was a great job by them. Head coach Lloyd Ayers was saying coming into this hockey game, they've had to battle a lot of injuries, and it's been really tough for them to try and persevere. But it's something that can galvanize this team to be able to stick together, and they faced a lot of adversity tonight fighting up against it. They weren't able to hold any goal lead in this hockey game, and it was a great job by them to stick through it. Our Oxy Powell player of the game tonight is going to be number 37, Brandon Benson. He's a captain of this hockey team. He's one of the leaders when you're wearing a letter for a hockey team, that you have to be a vocal point in terms of being in the locker room as well as on the ice, and he was able to show up tonight and score the game winner in the shootout. Well, folks, I, Brett Vaughn, say thank you for tuning in tonight to Arizona State Hockey YouTube, and before we leave, we'd like to say thank you to a few special people. I'd like to say thank you to number 10, Joshua Tucker, as well as number 23, Bradley Larson. We appreciate your help tonight with the camera and the scoreboard, and thank you so much for making this broadcast possible. Arizona State and Boise State are going to be playing an early one tomorrow at the time of 10:15 in the morning. Unfortunately, we are unable to bring that broadcast to you tomorrow, and so in order to get updates on the game tomorrow, be sure to head to Arizona State Division II ACHA Hockey on Twitter to follow all the action. This is Brett Vaughn reminding you of tonight's final score. Boise State ends up winning in the shootout over Arizona State by the score of 6-5. And again, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in tonight, and so long from Oceanside Ice Arena in Tempe, Arizona. This has been a presentation of ACHA Division II Men's Ice Hockey on Arizona State Hockey YouTube.